what's up you guys, this is Rob from A Gay Guy Plays, and today on The Daily Grind, we're going to be chatting about something that I do not think we've talked about in a long time, and yes, we're going to talk about PvP, and more specifically, Lunaro. I know, like, half of y'all probably tuned out, like, right now, they're like, we gotta go, we can't talk to you today, but I wanted to kind of express my feelings about this very specific subject, mainly because it has served me a lot of anxiety within the last few days. So if you want to stick around and hear about my terrible, tumultuous journey, that's what we're gonna be doing today. And then they all tuned out. Now, for those of you who don't know, as of late, I have been on a bit of a capturing Captura scenes mission lately. I really wanted to pick them all up, mainly because I wanted to show you all of the different scenes that were out there and kind of give you a heads up as to what you could or should pick up, depending on what your styles are, basically. Because, you know, nobody has all the time in the world to grind out, like, max syndicates and everything and pick them all up themselves, or some people don't necessarily want to go and spend plat for all of these scenes trying to acquire them from other people. However, I personally feel like there are definitely some amazingly gorgeous scenes out there that if you want to up your Captura game, is definitely a must-have. However, I'm a little bit OCD. You guys know I'm a little bit cray in the back of my head, and I have two scenes that I have not been able to pick up. Now, you better believe that I did spend all weekend trying to want to buy Conclave Captura scenes. Not a single piece. I'm like, I got plat. Anybody want it? No, not a single person. I tried all weekend. However, I am very close. I believe when I first started out, I was like at 80,000 standing with the syndicates, and I was like, alright, well, I could grind out just a little bit more and go ahead and grab one. And then in my head I was like, oh, that means I'm gonna grind out another 100,000, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Now, the main reason why it is so frustrating for me sometimes, and this is just me being completely and utterly honest with you, when it comes down to PvP, or at least the shooty gunny part of PvP, I am like mediocre, sometimes a little below mediocre, sometimes a little bit above mediocre, but I kind of tend to stay within that range, and because the meta is all about, like, everybody's jumping all the fucking place all the goddamn time, I'm not the greatest when it comes to tracking, so I'm like, the only thing that I can really do on Annihilation and Team Annihilation and Teflon Capture is just be a Loki, be invisible, and shotgun someone in the back of the head. That's all I got. That's my skill set. I'm sorry, you guys. That's all I can do for you. So I actually tend to stay a little bit more in the Lunaro arena. Now, for me, Lunaro, I'm like mediocre at worst, kind of good at like the medium, you know, when I'm my median, and then fairly good when I like get up there. I mean, I'm not like crazy able to dribble and doing all the weird hack shit I've seen. Trust me, I've seen it. Don't think I haven't seen it. I'm not gonna ruin your day today, but just know, we see you. And the big reason for the kind of like trauma that is inflicted, because legitimately after you finish your daily challenges, or the daily challenges that you can finish, grinding through the rest of it is a little bit of a slog, especially when, you know, you feel like you are ruining people's souls. Now, we have challenges, which is fantastic, so because I'm a Lunaro player and not necessarily a, what is it called, a PvP act shooty gun, I'm gonna call it the shooty gunny player. Alright, I get these two. These are the only two daily challenges that I get my hands on. The other ones I'm like, I can try, but it's not gonna happen probably. But then we also have the weekly missions, which I believe are weekly. There's just multiple days on them. I don't know if it's actually a full week. Listen, if someone PvP knows better than me, you can let me know in the comments. But let me go ahead and take you through the anxiety-riddenness that is my mental process when it comes to Lunaro. Alright, so as you can see here, this is not actual footage of me playing Lunaro while I'm conversing with you right now, and that is mainly because Lunaro leaves me scarred for life. Every time I play Lunaro, I feel bad, even if I'm winning, okay? So let's jump into the initial feeling of everything. So when you get into a Lunaro match, you don't really quite know who you're matched up with, and you really don't know, you know, what way the team is gonna go. So you're sitting there and you just have this feeling of anxiety of, oh, this is probably going to be bad. Which, you know, sometimes it turns out absolutely amazing, right? You get on a really, really good team, and then you end up stomping the other team. Now, this is the reason that I play bots. Bots don't have feelings that I need to worry about. When I run into the other team, I am like, oh my god, I feel like a terrible human being if we are like raffle stomping them. To me, that it doesn't feel good because we are literally crushing these people, and I'm like, all of your dreams and your beliefs and your happiness is being squished out of you under the boots of these titans of Lunaro. And while it feels good to be a titan of Lunaro, really, it feels bad watching, you know, players that I assume are maybe a little bit newer to Conclave get crushed like little bugs, and you just feel like you just see them squirming, and you're like, oh. There was even one point where I'm like, I'm just gonna guard the basket for a while, because honestly I don't want, like, me and that other guy are really, really good, and me and that other guy are gonna basically keep you from playing this entire thing. So I'm gonna stay back here, and I'm just gonna protect our goal, and then you guys, you know, you other entire team can go at it against this one guy who will probably murder you. So I just made sure to get my missions done for that day, or my challenges done for that day, and then I just kind of like let, you know, Super Lunaro Man do his thing, and I'm like, you can't, like, me plus Super Lunaro Man, that's a little too much, you know, especially for like what it seemed like a kind of newer group of players to handle. On the other end of the spectrum, though, oh my god, let me tell you, when you are in a team and you are getting stomped, I get really, really angry, because sometimes I'm on a team with people who are newer, and it frustrates me to all hell. I'm like, there should be someone defending, and I hate to say it, I'm a better scorer than you would be a better scorer, so you need to stay and defend. However, far be it for me to tell other people how to play their game or how to enjoy their game, because it's a feel bad moment. It feels legitimately bad. I'm like, oh my god, we're like we are so bad at this moment. However, like, how am I gonna tell you in a nice, kind voice, which is not the voice that I want to use, trust me. The voice I want to use is, what the fuck is wrong with you? Will you stop? You need to stop right now! I hate your god! That's the voice that my brain goes into, but of course, you know, I want to be nice. I don't necessarily want to go for the throats, because these are newer players, but at the same time, I don't want to be stomped. I don't want to be stomped. So there's the two different opposing views, and then there's the final view. There is the final view, which is when you're on a team where you're evenly matched up with somebody, with another team of fairly similar skills. And that is more anxiety than either one of the other two. It's like, oh my god, like, they're scoring, now I'm scoring, my heart is pounding, I think I'm gonna have a heart attack, I'm gonna keel over and die, and they're gonna score another point, and I'm gonna have a heart attack, but they're gonna fucking win the game. I'm like, not only do I lose out one way, I lose out doubly, because I'm going to the hospital and I didn't get my standing for the day. Jeezy peasies, I'm telling you right now. It's like, you know, and it is exciting. Don't get me wrong, it is definitely a thrill and a rush, but it's not a rush that I care to have. This is why I play bots in every single game. That's why I like Warframe, because it's PvE. I can just massacre these things, not care about their feelings, not worry if, you know, maybe they're new to the game, maybe they don't understand how it all works. Like, can you just picture me coddling there? It's okay, you guys, here, I'll let you shoot at me a couple times to make you feel better. No! That's not what you do in PvE. You can smash them and crush them so easy like little bugs. But when you're like in PvP, you're like, oh, ooh, I want to score on you again, but I also don't want you to feel like you're a shitty human being. So what do? I don't know. All of it just frustrates me, and it just makes me like, ugh. And the thing is, I want all of the Conclave skins, and I've got a good amount of the Conclave skins already. However, there's also Conclave mods, there's just a lot of things that are available in Conclave that I definitely have not touched. And I really just want to give me some capture scenes and just piece the fuck out. I haven't even gotten all of the sigils from Conclave, because, listen, my drive, my anxiety from just playing Lunaro is enough to deter me from Fashion Frame. That is how powerful the anxiety is of playing Lunaro. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, it's just all like, it's so much stress. I don't know, like my soul cannot handle it. So I guess at the end of the day, the whole point of this video is to kind of ask you guys how you feel about Conclave, especially those like shooty gunny experts out there. Do you ever feel like bad when you're like really massacring another team, or do you just like relish in that? Is that just something that you like totally get off on? Because as you guys know, me, that causes me stress and anxiety. Or maybe if you're new to Conclave, how do you feel? Do you feel that anxiety of like, wow, this team is really kicking our ass and I'm new and I feel like I'm worthless? Like, give me all of your range of emotions, because me personally, I'm kind of checking and testing the waters, because legitimately I want to know if I am just absolutely crazy, if I'm neurotic, if I'm just nuts when it comes down to Conclave stuff. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know. A part of me is just like, this is too much for me to handle emotionally, and I really don't want to grind out the last bit of this standing. I will, however, because I want my capture scenes. Regardless, that about does it. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below, and as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and let me know if I am just crazy and neurotic. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye! And yes, you can touch your bodies. Feel free, touch your bodies.